Hey guys, thanks so much for coming in tonight. Happy Friday. I am on location at my parents' house today. Thanks so much for coming in. Thanks replay viewers for being here, and thanks YouTube viewers for watching as well. YouTube viewers, if you'd like to watch live and join into the chat, just download the Periscope app. Oh man, I'm just like, I ran up here. I'll chat with you guys in a sec, but if you want to just download the Periscope app and search for Penguin and Fish. I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. All right, guys, I'm going to flip you around and we'll get going. Hey, guys. So I'm on location at my mom and dad's house. Oh, yeah, so I did start a little late tonight. We just finished screening my husband's short film outside on, my parents have a projector and a screen that they can set up outside, and we just watched that, and I didn't want to miss it, so I'm a little late tonight. But we are going to work some more on number 58 here. So we got this far tonight, and I want to show you this too. Here's my mom's, all done. She did a bunch of greens for hers. She has a green quilt overall, and I have a blue quilt overall, but isn't hers pretty? I love it. I like it a lot. So hopefully ours can look as nice as this one. This one's so cute. So all right, I'm going to flip you around and we'll get started. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery and a fabric designer, and I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. Oh, I know. Aren't the greens pretty? I just really, really love them. I kind of wish I did green. She just had to search for a bunch more greens for her quilt. Kind of like how I'm running out of all my blues. She was running out of her greens or wanted to mix it up a little. So I think I got to do the same thing with the blues. I'm feeling like all my blues are getting used up and I need to inject some more blue with it. But I'm going to flip you around and we'll get started. Oh, you hate doing the paper piecing yourself? Yeah, I mean, I love the look after. I think it's kind of magical, the process that you can just do like these blobs and then it turns out perfect. Oh, really? Is it kind of like fingernails on chalkboard type of feeling to you? That's kind of interesting. All right, so we got, how far did we get last night? We got all the way to A6, so we're starting on A7 right here. So if you guys are new to paper piecing, I would check out my video from yesterday on YouTube. Just go to Penguin and Fish Movies on YouTube. I really talk through the process of, how we got this far and how to measure your blocks and make your blobs and the whole process. I'm going to chat a little bit about it tonight, but I'll probably be whipping through it a little bit more. So if this is your first time paper piecing, I would definitely check out that video first. Oh, your quilt won't go with anything in your home. Oh, you'll have to redecorate your home for the quilt. All right, so we're at A7. So the first thing to do is just acknowledge that A7 line. We're looking at the line in between A7 and everything that came before. So all of this is what came before. It's this line that we're looking at here. And I'm going to use that postcard to fold along the line. I'm going to pretend that none of this other stuff is here. And that exposes our seam. Oh, you recognize my mom's machine? That's how you knew we were on location is, oh, mom's machine. I know, I haven't paper pieced here before. So it's just it'll be a little bit of it's funny. It's always kind of interesting working in someone else's workspace with their tools and stuff just to kind of see the differences a little bit. So I got my add a quarter. This is actually my mom's add a quarter ruler. The movie looked great on the big screen. We brought it here, my husband's short film, because we wanted to see it on what it would look like bigger, because we've just been looking at it on the little, computer monitor, and we figured if we project it really big, all the mistakes will be a lot louder, and then we can see them and figure it out. So we have some color work to do yet, and some special effects stuff, but it is in pretty much as good shape as it's going to be. So that's fun. I want to see it again later. It's just kind of neat to see big. It makes it special when it's on the big screen too, you know, because then it feels like a real movie versus just, you know, watching it on your computer. All right, so this is our fold right here. I always kind of like having, okay, this is the right side down. I know it doesn't look like it, but this fabric, you can see a lot of the front through it, but this is actually the right side. And I like lining the straight edge of that up with that fold that we just did to make our cut. And this is how I like finding my piece. So with the right side down, I put my A7 piece on the fabric, and I need enough fabric so that it goes around this A7 plus our super generous seam allowance. So I'm gonna kind of lay that on there, kind of peek to make sure, oh, you know what? I can actually do this on the front too. I don't have to do it that way. So I just need it as big as this A7 piece plus the generous seam allowance. We had cut this strip yesterday just to make all these pieces that are really similar easier. So let me grab Mom's cute blue scissors. This scissors would go well with my quilt. All the cute blues. So the generous seam allowance, it looks like I can cut it about at this angle and we'll be good to go. It's definitely better to have more fabric than you need. All right, so this is our straight edge. Oh, you did that like this too? Oh, where you put it in the front like this? That actually kind of works. Oh, the blobs. You know what? Every time I paper piece, I kind of find a little easier way of doing it. Like with this. Oh, I can just throw this on the front. That's easier than kind of lining it up underneath. So I'm going to just snip these little pieces off. If this wasn't a nice straight edge already, I would cut it a little straighter. Yeah, the blobs are awesome. The blobs is just kind of what makes paper piecing magical. Because, like, seriously, with paper piecing, I get rid of all the icky things. Which for me is that scant 1/4 inch, getting that perfect all the time. Having to make sure that I cut everything perfectly and straight without the rulers slipping all over. And what was the other thing? There's one more thing I really liked. I'll think of it. Oh, I know. It was the add a 1/4 that I don't even have to measure a 1/4 inch. I just plop this on. Oh, you bought a new one and then you found the old one. That's funny. All right, so I think let's do our test. I do like doing the test. So I have some needles here. So I'm putting right sides together and I'm matching up that straight edge with the straight edge that we cut. All right, I think that looks good. So I want to do a test though, and to test it, to see if this A7, or to see if we got our piece in the right spot, you just pretend you're sewing, and you pretend you're sewing with, by just pinning, ooh, this pin's kind of crazy, pinning right where we'll be sewing, right on this edge here. Hello! Thanks so much for coming in. All right, how are you doing tonight? So here is our pretend sewing. Now we're gonna pretend press. Oh, I missed it totally there. Well, let's try that again. There we go. Wow, these pins are really sharp. They're really a whole lot sharper than my pins. All right, so I'm gonna press up here. I'm not sure if I remember to hit record here. Hold on, guys. Oh yeah, okay, it's going. So I'm gonna pretend press, and we just have to make sure that that covered our A7 piece here. Oh, so there's plenty on top here, plenty on the side, And way more than plenty. I mean, we cut this piece way too big, but that's okay. It's better being big than smaller. Oh, you're sewing on this one too. Oh, I'm listening to David Bowie. Well, that works. All right, so let's sew. So I'm just gonna tilt you over here a little bit. This is Mom's machine. I like the noise it makes when you turn it on. I think it's funny. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. It snorts at you when you turn it on. I think it's funny. All right. So I'm going to sew right along that line, that A7 line, and I'm going to start right at the beginning where it meets this juncture here, and I'm going to back tack it, which just means like go forward and back once. It kind of just locks it in place. And I'm going to do the same in the end. I don't want to cross the boundary. So I'm going to start here, stop here, backstitch at both spots. Let's see if I can figure that out. I think this is the reverse right here. So let's give it a try. All right. We need to move forward. Do I do this? No. All right, I need help, Mom. Mom's on standby here. She's helping me with the machine. It's just stitching in the same place.
Oh, that's because the button is here.
There's a button? Fancy machines.
Down below here.
Oh, do I just press that?
Actually, I do that instead of back tacking. I just put that in for a couple stitches, and it stitches right in the same spot.
Oh, so you just stick it in, stick it out. Okay, let's try that.
At the beginning.
There it goes.
And the end.
So I gotta show you. So I'm gonna, just because fancy machine does fancy things, so I'm just taking you guys off the tripod. So she has a button right, oh man, I can't get it. Sorry, I'm wiggling. A button right here that if you press it in, the needle just goes in one spot and doesn't move. And if you press it out, then it moves again. So that's fancy. So she says that, I don't know if you guys heard, she does that instead of the back tacking, because that kind of tacks it down, the stitching in the place. Oops, now I got it pressed in again. There we go. Good thing she was here, because there's no way I would have ever figured that out. It's not a button on the front, it's not the little reverse thing. I would have never thought to look on the side of the machine there. Alright, so let's try what she says to do. So okay, one more stitch. Oops. And then, is that the only reason for the button? Yep, that's the only reason. So why is that something that we like?
It locks it in place.
Oh, okay. It locks it in place. That's good enough for me, I suppose. I don't know all the fancy stuff. So why would one want to just lock it in place? Just for something like this?
When you do quilting,
yeah,
you want to lock that first stitch.
Oh, so, okay, that makes sense. So, I don't know if you heard that, but in quilting, you know, like when you're doing your whole machine, free motion quilting, you want to lock that first stitch in place. So that's what that button's for, to lock that first stitch. So it's not going back and forth like what it would with the reverse button. It locks it in place, then you can do all your fancy meandering. That makes sense. All right, so I like snipping my threads right after. Otherwise it gets a little unruly. Okay, let's press it open. Oh, look, it has we get to see our little triangle here. Okay, we are gonna flip all the way over here. So I'm using this neat, I've been using this when I'm at my mom's house. It's this fun little travel iron, which is kind of awesome. I really like the handle for it, and it gets really super hot. And then she has this fold up travel like ironing pad, which is pretty neat too. So we are just going to, I'm just going to press that just to set the stitches first. And then I like finger pressing it open. You want to finger press it open because you're really only sewing that part that that A7 line. So it's going to have our big seam allowance edges, flopping around. So we want to finger press those just so they kind of play the game with us, stay in place. Then I'm going to press that down. Okay. Oops. So there we are. We got our two first little triangles. All right, what's next? We just did A7. I'm going to rotate you guys back. And next is A8 right here. So I colored it in pink. I colored in the ones pink where I wanted to use my scraps. The rest is that dark blue, so we have that dark blue area. So A8, let's get the scraps out again. All right. Look, my mom has the same postcard as me for her to fold her paper pieced ones. All right, what do we got in here? I kind of picked one out for the big piece at the end. I don't have many big scraps, so I did find this big scrap, so I got that one covered. Then we just have two more. I think this piece right here looks probably big enough. Ooh, this, I'm going to have to rotate it like this. If I rotate this so it's on the bias like this, then it's plenty big. Let's use that. I'm just kind of grabbing what I see. I know, isn't that yellow pretty? This is one of my favorite fabrics. This is from that group of fabrics that had been on my shelf forever and for years, since 2010, I think, actually. And then I finally decided to cut it and open up the fat quarter pack and cut it out and use it for this. You're using this card too? That's nice. If any of you want one of these cards, just email me. Send me an email at like emails at Penguin and Fish or info at Penguin and Fish, and I'll send you one in the mail. But all right, A8 here. So I went a little bit out of order for my normal thing here. I always kind of forget I need to use that postcard. I forget about the postcard part. So we're sewing. Oh, yay! Oh, you use it too? That's awesome. They work so good, though, these postcards. All right, so now we're between the A8 line. Oh, yes, totally just email me and I'll send you one. The A8 line, so we're looking at A8 and then everything that came before. So we're going to cover up everything that came before. Oh, see, look, we're going to have a little cutting issue here. We've gone off the edge, but I think we'll be fine. All right. We're going to pretend that everything that comes after doesn't exist. We're not going to worry about that fold. And we're going to fold this edge. And look at all that seam allowance. That's from our blobs. All right. Rotary cutter. Whoop. I almost dropped it. This is my mom's rotary cutter. I know I've shown it here before, but she's got the, I think it's more ergonomic, the curved handle one. It actually works much better from the seated position, like where I'm at right now. Usually when I'm doing this at home, I'm usually standing up to do all my cutting, but here I can just kind of sit and do it, which is kind of nice. Oops, wow, I moved a little bit there. There we go. Yeah, oh yeah, the postcard is perfect for this size block. Ooh. Man, maybe I should be standing up. Didn't get it all there. There we go. And always close it, put the safety on, because that's scary. You don't want that blade open everywhere. All right, now we can do the A8. So again, we want to look at a piece, okay, with the right side down, look at a piece that's going to cover this whole thing, and with the generous seam allowance, and the square seemed to do it just fine. I do need to cut myself a straight edge here, so I'm going to do that. Oh, a Doctor Who card for bigger projects. I haven't, I'm going to just about right here. I'm just going to kind of estimate. So right here, I need to do a straight edge. And I think right there it was. I have not done paper piecing much bigger than this before. Just maybe one project a long time ago, but that's it really. Okay, so let's see. So we just cut this straight edge. That straight edge has to match up with this one. I might just wing it. I might not test this one because all I need to do, I know that the arrow is in line with these, and I'm pretty sure that if I just kind of center this piece here, we're going to be fine. So I'm not going to do our little test. I'm just going to flip it over and start. So right sides together. Oh, we gonna hear the machine turn on again. I like it. It's gonna snort. I like it. Okay. So let's flip this over. My machine doesn't talk to me when it turns on. All right, so I'm gonna sew right on that 8 line. I'm going to start there again, and I'll try doing it the reverse way this time, just so you can see like the back tack. Oops. That snorts when you go down the tube. All right, so I'm just back tacking. Ooh, hers puts an extra stitch in her back tack. All right along the line. And it's these straight edges right here in between the triangles that you want to really try and stay on that line. I mean, with paper piecing, you always want to stay on that stitched line. But, well, here's the thing. Just if you guys didn't know, I'm going to zoom into this. When you're pulling on your thread, you want to make sure that your top thread is kind of underneath your presser foot, like this. I don't know if you guys can tell there, like underneath the presser foot, instead of above it, where you're just pulling on the needle, because then, I mean, you're yanking on your needle, and it's putting a lot of pressure on your needle there. So you want to put it underneath the presser foot when you pull on your thread there. But anyway, so you want to, when you're sewing these lines right here, you really want to make sure that you stick to that line, because this line right here is what's going to form that kind of perfect point when we turn it over. So let's see how we did there. Snip these guys off. Oh, we're way zoomed in. Well, we'll stay zoomed in. That's kind of fun. Oh, you know what? It probably does, doesn't it? Yeah, it does way up here. Yeah, you know what? I could just go like here, and I'll do that next time. I think mine actually at home might have a thread cutter like that too. I just don't ever use it. So, all right, let's press this. I'm going to zoom you guys back out just because it's going to get really wacky. All right, there we go. All the way over here. Okay. So again, when you're pressing, you want to put the printed side down just because you don't want the ink to get on your iron. All right. So this one I didn't test, so hopefully it's okay. All right, let's finger press it first. Oh, there's our pretty point. All right. Oh, I didn't hear you guys said, does yours have fancy clippers in here? Here's Mom's. So let's see, where are we? Oh, there we go, like that. So we're both kind of doing a similar thing. Oh, it auto cuts. See, that's kind of some magic fanciness that would be fun to have. You know, that, and when it yells at me that the bobbin's almost gone, that would be fun. I could use those two things for sure. But yeah, we kind of did the same thing where we did like a kind of a darker color for the outside, and some lighter, brighter ones on the inside. So we're kind of doing that. Oh, yours does that too? Man, you guys got fancy dancy machines. That's kind of awesome. But here's our point is looking pretty good here too. All the little points. I know, I like the background fabric too. This is actually flannel, so it's really soft and pretty too. This is this is her main green that we're using in ours too. Did I use any yet? No. We use this fabric a lot in ours. So baby lock, that's the one that you have that does all that, the auto cut thing. Baby lock aria. Fancy. Okay, let's keep going. All right, A9, let's fold it first. So I'm covering up everything that came before A9 and putting the postcard right on at A9. Oh, your FOF does it too? Well, I'm going to use that machine until it dies on me. Here we go. Zoop. Neither of your Berninas do it. I think this is an older, relatively, if you're not comparing it to my machine, but an older for like what machines are now. Bernina. All right. A9, it is the blue fabric again. It's not colored, which means it's our general background blue. So here's our folded edge. I always like having that folded edge on the right when I do this measuring. All right, right side down. We're making these kind of angled cuts as we go. All right, so we need that generous seam allowance again. So it looks like our part stops right there. So we just need to snip about here. And just eyeball it about right here. And these pieces I'm cutting are pretty big, but oh well, I like them big for these blobs. Okay, so this is my straight edge. I'm going to match this straight edge with the straight edge we just cut. You know, this is tricky. Where is this one happening? Oh, okay, so I'm going to just kind of flip it over. I want to be in the center of where my fingers are. Oh, I gotta scooch it over for sure. So do you see kind of what I'm doing? I'm just estimating. So this is one end and then the other end, and when I flip it, I want to kind of be in that general centered area, and I think I'm good enough. I'm not gonna test it. I'm pretty sure that this is big enough. So let's rotate back, turn that on. Okay. I'm holding this down so when I flip it, it doesn't move on me. But yeah, this is I love paper piecing. I mean, once you get cruising on it, it's pretty slick. All right, I'm gonna do that button thing that she's got over here. All right, there we go. And we'll stop right there. Okay. And turn it off. Oh wait, I was gonna try that, just the cutter, which would make sense to use. There we go. There, the side cutter. Oh, you're gonna try your 1930s Singer. So I think that's 1930s. I think that might be, I have my husband's great-grandmother's old Singer. I contacted Singer to find out when that model was made, and I think it was around the 1930s too. Actually, you know what? I think it might be even earlier than that. It was a treadle machine, and a treadle is when, like, those old machines that have that pedal, and the pedal's connected to, a wheel that's connected to a oh, we talked about this. Not a tube. What's that called? Like a rubber hose thing that goes around. I don't know, a rubber
Belt.
A belt. That's it. My mom said it, and you guys said it at the same time. And I know I couldn't remember what it was last time we talked about this too, but that's what a treadle machine is. So that model that I have of John's great grandmother's is a converted one. So what happened at the time is, when they got electrical machines, people would convert their old treadle machines to electric. And I'm going to scooch over here for the pressing. And this one was converted. So I had gotten at not a garage sale, at like an antique place, an old bass, a Singer treadle bass that someone had made into they made a butcher block top for it. So, it's more like a table now, but I kind of want to convert it back. Like, I'm going to have to cut a hole in the top, or I'm going to have to just find a top somewhere and then take the butcher block top off and put the old one back on or something. But I'd love to convert it back, make his grandma's old machine a treadle again. I think that'd be just super fun. But I was saying that, was that someone here that said this? I can't remember if it was here or in an email that someone wrote me, but they said that they have a treadle and they have it in their living room, and she said that when the power goes out, she can still sew, and I'm like, you know what? That's pretty dang awesome. Oh, that was kind of neat. That's a good reason for a treadle machine somewhere, right? When the zombies come, you're going to need your treadle machine working. All right, flip. So we're starting to shape that next triangle. All right, A9, now to A10. And postcard. Like, what comes next? I always want to go right to the fabric, but postcard time first. All right, A10. Yeah, you know what? I could probably get a top, like, if we ever went to... I got, when we were in kind of Amish country in Indiana, at Shipshawana, that's where we went, I bought two... Actually, I think my mom bought it, and I never paid her back. So my mom bought two... maybe, I don't remember, but she got two, those cool wooden ironing boards. I got two of those at the Shipshawana, market that they have there, Amish market. But I bet you I could find an old Singer sewing table there, maybe. All I would need is the... Oh, and I don't think I'd try. I'll have to look on eBay or something, or maybe one will just pop up somewhere. But all I need is that top, But it's really cute. The treadle part, someone painted it yellow, so it's like this bright kind of yellow. And that with once I get John's great grandma's old machine in, it's got all the yellow detail on the black. I think the two are going to just be really cute together. I gotta clean the basement, though, first. Work on that Mickey Mouse wall first. All right, A10. That's a blue fabric. Let's put right... This one's so hard to tell the right side and wrong side. Okay, right side down. So we need a piece that big plus our seam allowance. And this is going to be our straight edge. All right, I think right there will do the job. All right, so let's just clean this up. This is going to bother me. There. If this wasn't nice and straight already, I would trim it, but I think it's fine. So again, we're gonna line that straight edge up with, you know, right sides together with the straight edge we just cut. I'm gonna do my little estimating again. So here to here, we're about centered. I think I probably scooch this way a hair. I think we're good. I'm gonna flip it around and sew. Cruising along today. I think we'll get a whole nother triangle done yet tonight. Oh, I started a little late too, so we're not getting as much done. But I'll be here for the next few days too. So let's see, today's Friday, so we just really have Saturday. So in theory, I have to get this all done tomorrow before the new block comes out on Sunday. So if you're new to the Splendid Sampler, we get new mystery blocks every Sunday. Oh, work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Yes! Definitely get some sleep. Thanks for coming in again. Alright, let's do that. Pedal to the metal, I know. Ah! Whoops! I went a little far there. Let's back her up. I thought I had that button down, but I guess I didn't, and I stitched away into the next square. But that's fine. I can show you kind of how to deal with that a little bit. So see, I went a little far into there. That's fine. All I'm gonna do later is just tear that part of the paper off, but I'll show you that in a bit here. So all right, let's. I gotta get to that part yet. Let's snip. Oh, I didn't do the. I forgot to do the cutter and the side cutter. I'm not sure I'm in love with this blue fabric in the back of this one, but I don't know. That's why I think I need to inject some new blues in my quilt. I'm not completely sure I don't know. I'm getting that fatigue again. We talked about this, I don't know, at like block 25 or something. I was getting kind of tired of some of my colors and stuff, some of my fabrics. And that's when I started using a lot more of the reds and yellows, which I was really happy with at the time. But now I'm kind of wanting to get back to the blues. And you know what? I just don't think I chose enough blues to have like the blue fabric be my main thing. So I don't know. I think I'm going to add some more. I have to find some. All right, but there we go. There is our third little guy. Some changed fabrics after 50. Yeah, I mean, if we change now, I mean, I'm not going to completely change. I'm just going to kind of inject a couple more if I find some that work. But it's still going to blend the whole entire thing because we got a ton of blocks yet. So no one's going to know. All right. 3 triangles. Let's get the next one sewn down. Ooh, that's another scrap that we have to find. Oh, that's what you did too? Yeah, I think you know, if you're not sure, if you haven't started yet and you're not sure about what fabrics, that's something good to know because even the people like us who chose our fabrics, we still can add more in, you know? There's still time to change and edit and play with it. So, all right, so you don't have to be so scared about picking your fabrics. Just pick some that you like, and you can always add more as you go to get what works. But all right, so this is where we sewed. I always say we, but clearly it's me making the mistakes. So I sewed a little too far here. So when I fold it, it's kind of attached to the fabric yet there. All I got to do is tear it out of the paper. So I just tore, now you can just see little marks here. So I just tore it out of the paper. See, so there's my stitching there. So that's all you got to do. If you accidentally if you cross over into one of the other squares. We'll get this piece down and then I think we'll call it a night. This one's got a lot of blob seam allowance on it. That'll have to go back in the scraps. All right, let's pick a fabric here. Oh, really? That's awesome. So, okay, I don't know if you heard that, but we're gonna watch more movies outside. It's by the fire pit, so we got a fire going and the projector's up. Top Gun is next in line, so that's gonna be awesome to watch outside. I think that's pretty funny. If there ever was a movie to watch, you know, on the big screen. The mosquitoes actually aren't that bad at this time of night. It's just kind of that evening time that they're really, really bad, and now that it's dark and everything, they're kind of not there anymore. And we're by the fire pit, so that kind of helps a little. All right, I need to see the size of this while I do this. So this is gonna be the last one, so we can compare it to this. I suppose I only need to see the size here. So this is gonna be our last triangle. I like all these greens in here. All right, this is basically gonna be determined by a piece that's big enough. This piece is big enough, but it's too dark. It's too dark compared to the background here. We might not have a scrap that's that big. Oh, here we go. This is the same. This is the same fabric there, so I don't know if I want to use that again. This is going to be too small. Ooh, this might be perfect. Let's check. Then I would get to have some of this green in mine. That'd be nice. It's going to be real close, but I might just risk it anyway. You know what? It's kind of perfect. It's perfect. So let's use that. I'm gonna trim these guys off so they're not in the way. Yay! I'm excited to get this green in here. All right. So this one has a little snip out of it over here, so I'm gonna use this side as my straight edge. Did we cut this already? Oh yeah. All right. So I'm gonna center that in this area. We can do our test again. So here are our ends. I'm gonna just put my fingers there, flip it over. Our seam allowance is getting close there, but I think we're good. All right, let's sew that down. Based on tonight, I mean, I think we got a lot done tonight, and I didn't even start on time. So based on that, I think we'll for sure get this done tomorrow, which is great. We don't have that much more to go. Which means we'll actually be done with the block on time. And I love when that happens. All right, let's scooch this up. Oh, this is another one where we're going to get that nice point going. All right, let's try and do that button right this time. In. There we go. And then out. There. Oops, I think I need to go one more stitch. There we go. All right. Now, oops, get that underneath the foot there. There, trimmed it on the side. But we still need to clip in there. Clip these little pieces off. Man, paper piecing is making a mess here, though. Let's scooch these out of the way. Here's all my tiny scraps. I keep all my itty-bitty scraps, even all the little threads that I'm using, in a little baggie. And this is what I make that fabric out of later. This is my piece that I need for the last one. All right. Let's press this. Last piece of the night. Yay! gonna like this green here, I think. This green is gonna look really nice with the green bits that are in here. And this is the yellow, and this is kind of like a yellowy green, the one with the plus signs on it. But okay, that's not quite a triangle, but it will be. Let's pretend. There. That's what it'll look like. And then this one's kind of a triangle already. Ah, you can get a sense of it there, though. Yay! So, all right, let's see. How many more pieces do we have to do? How did we do tonight? We did a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tonight. So that's 5. Then we have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we do actually have more to do tomorrow, but if I come here on time, then it will be good to go. And I think it's just going to go real quick. We already have our piece picked out, so we don't have to deal with that. And we have these kind of long pieces kind of, I think we have enough for these 2 pieces here. We'll probably have to cut more pieces for here and then these big pieces for sure. But there we go. That's what we did tonight. So I'm going to flip you around and we'll finish up here. Yep. There we go. Hey there, guys. So here it is in person. I think it's going to go up like that. I think it's looking pretty fun. It's kind of neat to see it from far away, too, because you get that sense of movement, and this starts to look all like one dark color then, too, instead of all our little fabric chopped up pieces. So yay, I think if we get going right away tomorrow and speed through this, I don't think we'll have any problem at all getting this done. Yay, finished block. I'm excited. So all right, guys. Again, this won't go up on YouTube till I get back into Minneapolis on late Tuesday. So then it might take a couple days to get all of these videos up. But if you did want to see this again, it is going to be on Periscope indefinitely. Periscope used to only have things on for 24 hours, but it's there forever now. So you can watch the replay there until I have it up on Penguin and Fish Movies. So all right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. I'll still be here in my mom's room here, which is kind of fun. So all right. See you tomorrow.